Hello everyone. Well, this video might be interesting for some people, and for other people it may not be so interesting. First of all, I'm not going to get on camera because I tried that earlier today, and YouTube would not even save my thumbnail, and it wouldn't even save where you go to advanced settings and try to set it for not for children. So whatever, I'm going to try this again, and if YouTube actually puts the video up, then I will say that this video is not for children, because if they don't allow me to save that, then it's their fault, not mine. Okay, YouTube? So if you don't save my video, it's your fault, not mine. So I will say right up front, this video is not for children. It does not mean there's going to be anything necessarily inappropriate in my video. It just means that I mark all of my videos like that so that nobody tries to get me in trouble for anything. Okay, so, disclaimer out of the way. What is this video going to be about? Well, it's actually going to be a video talking about some of my favorite restaurants. Why am I doing a video like this? Well, because I was in someone's comment section and I was talking about some of the nice places that I've eaten, and one of the YouTube bullies that have been picking on me for the longest time decides she's gonna take and make a video acting like this is my favorite restaurant in the whole world, which it is not. Which restaurant am I referring to? Golden Corral, of all places. It was just one place that I had mentioned that I ate at that I felt at the time had some good hot meals, because some of us would go there after church to pick up a quick lunch, so that we didn't have to sit and wait at the tables to be waited on. You could just go ahead and grab your dishes and go up there and serve yourself. And there were several buffets that some of us churchgoers at the time would go to together to eat and fellowship, to get a quick lunch. And Golden Corral was not the only place that we sometimes went to. Sometimes we went to the country buffet. Sometimes there was this other buffet that we would go to. I can't even remember what the name of that one was off the top of my head, but there was like 3 of them that a lot of different people from churches would go to in the Springs for a quick lunch, and that just happened to be one of them. And they took it, made a really nasty video about how terrible the place is and how that's my favorite place, and it is not. So I've not eaten there since 2004 or 2005, around that time period, because I left Colorado Springs in 2005. And I haven't, even since I've been back, I haven't even eaten over there even one time. And now it's actually closed. Now, I heard it went downhill over the years. Back when I ate there, the food was good and it was not dirty. It was clean. Now, I have heard that it's going downhill over the years, but I haven't been here, and I haven't eaten there, and I haven't eaten there since I've been back. So now it's closed, so there you go. So I thought that maybe I should do a video on some of my favorite restaurants, and that would definitely not be one of my favorites. It was just a place I went to years ago that had a good buffet for lunch, that you could get something quick after church. That's all that was. And I just happened to mention it, and this person took it and just ran in a direction with it that was absolutely ridiculous. So this video might be interesting for some people, and other people you may not find it interesting. If you like any of the restaurants that I mention in this video, please feel free to put it down in the comment section. If you don't like some of the restaurants I mentioned, put it down in the comment section too. Hey, I can take it. So let's just get started. So my favorite restaurants that I have ever eaten at that I thought had amazing food was actually in Missouri, It was called Aussie Jacks. And I don't know about every single day of the week. And I don't know about every single cook or every single dinner that was made there. However, the night that I went and ordered a meal at that place in Missouri, it was so good that I demanded to speak with the cook, to compliment the cook. So I don't know who cooked my meal that night, but it was the best food I ever ate in my entire life. Not saying it's all like that, but that night and that cook and that dinner that I ate was absolutely divine. Aussie Jacks has now closed. And so hold on, guys, just need to write down something real quick. Sorry about that. I wanted to write something down while I was still thinking of it. Anyway, so that was my favorite place that I ever actually got a dinner at because it was so good. But then here in Colorado, we're talking about Colorado Springs restaurants, not Missouri restaurants. So that was just the best place I ever ate in Missouri. For Colorado Springs restaurants, my favorite restaurant to eat at here before it closed was actually Bennetts BBQ. It is now closed. There is no more Bennetts BBQ. They turned it into like a Texas Roadhouse or something like that. They had very good barbecued food and very good dessert too. Another favorite restaurant of mine in Colorado Springs is Gyros. I have a friend who actually runs the place, and the lamb gyros are wonderful. The French fries, I love the way they are seasoned there, and you can also get some cucumber dip to dip them in. And I like dolma, and that's basically rice and grape leaves. And the dessert is really good as well, baklava, and it's got honey on it and it has nuts in it. It's like a honey nut roll. So yeah, that would be Greek food. So the first one was barbecue. This one is Greek. The next restaurant I want to talk about is Taste of Jerusalem. So they serve up a lot of really delicious Middle Eastern food. So I like barbecue, I like Greek, I like Middle Eastern. Okay. I want to mention Macaroni Grill. I like how they bring out olive oil to dip your bread in. It's very good, and they have a lot of really good pasta dishes there. So I enjoy eating at the Macaroni Grill. Another one is Edelweiss German Restaurant. Not only is it a beautiful restaurant on the outside with beautiful lighting and everything, and it has a beautiful atmosphere on the inside. I don't eat any of their pork dishes, but if you look on the menu, there are things you can order that are not pork. Then there is the Bridhurst Manor in Manitou Springs. Now, Manitou Springs is just a little small town, not far at all from where I am. It's not very far at all to get to it. And there's a castle there from the 1800s where you can sit and eat in someone's bedroom from back in the 1800s. They have a lot of good food there. Then there's the Mate Factor, which is also in Manitou Springs. They sell mates, lattes, and other food as well. So it's like a cafe type of a place, but the atmosphere is tremendous because it's all wooden booths. and it's just a really nice atmosphere in there. I think the light is pretty dim in there, and they have really nice wooden booths, and you can look out the windows onto Manitou Springs and watch people walk up and down. So, very nice, cozy spot to go get food and drinks. Then, I think it is closed now, but there used to be a Moroccan restaurant in Manitou Springs as well. I can't remember the name of it now, but they had belly dancers and they would bring out your meal in pieces. So like they bring out like a palate cleanser, an appetizer, the meal, your dessert, tea. Like they just bring it out one by one. So it would take you like if you decide to go to that restaurant, it usually takes about 2 to 3 hours to eat there because of the way they serve the food. But it's very special if you want to take a bunch of people over there and just do like a whole night of it. It's fun. It's closed now, though, so I'm pretty sure it is. I haven't been over there for a long time. The two places I failed to mention, because that's mostly in the order of my favorites, so I kind of put them in order of my favorites, but I left 2 of them out, so this is in no particular order is what I'm telling you. Jake and Telly's is also, I guess I could have put that up there with the Grand Gyros, but Jake and Telly's Greek cuisine, that's a really nice place to go eat. I think I actually ordered duck for dinner over there. I wanted to try it to see what it was like. I don't even know if it was kosher, but anyway, Jake and Telly's is a Greek restaurant where you can eat inside or outside, and the outside ambience at night is really nice. They have lights and little tables and chairs you can sit outside and eat, and so that's a really nice place to take your friends. And then I failed to mention Outback Steakhouse. I guess that's an okay restaurant. So those are the now Outback Steakhouse, that's more well known, but you've probably never heard of Jake and Telly's. I doubt it. I doubt you've heard of most of these that were on this list. But now I'm going to mention the ones that most people know what they are. Okay, so I put them on a separate list because most people know what these places are. So Red Lobster, the reason I like Red Lobster is because I love their fish. I think their fish is delicious. So of course I always order fish when I go over there. I don't order anything that's not kosher off the menu, but I do love their fish. Another restaurant, Ruby Tuesdays. I think they have a lot of good food. Cracker Barrel. Now, Cracker Barrel is pretty crowded, but they do have a lot of good food for breakfast or dinner. I mentioned this earlier, Country Buffet, if you just want, to pretty much just start serving yourself the food instead of being waited on the table. You can go to the Country Buffet and load your plate up. So they have some good food. Applebee's, they have a lot of good food. And these last 4 are considered like old people restaurants for some reason, but I have ordered dinners at all of these restaurants that were pretty good. And I'll just go through those quickly. IHOP, Village Inn. Hey, Bobby Brown Dog the Bounty Hunter ate at the Village Inn. Perkins, and Denny's. In that order. And so these restaurants are also in order of what I would like the most to least. Like best to worst, sort of thing. So if you like any of those restaurants that I mentioned, or if you know of any of those restaurants, put it down in the comment section. If you don't like some of them, put it down in the comment section. Tell me what you didn't like. Okay, so I saved the Maryland list for last, because I thought it'd be the least interesting. Some of you people might know some of these places, and some of them you may never have heard of. So these are some of the places that I can remember that I ate at in Maryland. There was a restaurant called Lindy's Restaurant. They had a lot of like homemade country style cooking, you could say. Homemade country style food, but it was really good. The food there was really good. Sometimes we would eat at the Western Sizzlin' Steakhouse. You've probably heard of that. That's just a steakhouse, and steakhouses have good food. If you want a nice place to eat for the night, you just want a good steak, or you want something else. They have the salad bar, they've got the hot bar, so you can fill up your plate with what you want there too. Sometimes we would eat at Bob Evans. I didn't really care for that as much, but I mean, and these are in no particular order, by the way. I did not actually put these in order of favorites. I did the Colorado Springs list, but I didn't do it on this one, so these are just all mixed up. There was a smorgasbord that we would go and eat at. And, you could just load up your plate full of whatever you wanted to eat. And then, of course, they had really good desserts. They had really good desserts. And then, Oscar's Restaurant. I don't know if any of you have ever heard of Oscar's. Dietri's Subs. Now, that is run by a family that I went to high school with. They have a lot of really good sandwiches there in Subs. Delosier's was a really yummy place to get steak subs, but they went out of business years ago. But I just thought I'd mention them because they made really good steak subs. I think most people go maybe over to Dietri's now to get the steak subs. We had a Roy Rogers restaurant in Maryland when I lived there, and that was more like a fast food type of place. So if you wanted just like a fast hamburger or cheeseburger or something, you could go to Roy Rogers and get burgers and fries. That was like a burger and fry joint a lot of the time. I think they had like chicken there too. I don't remember what all they served, but you guys probably know who Roy Rogers was. Well, that was a restaurant. And then this is a more modern restaurant now in the city. It's called the Queen City Creamery, and that was a good place to go get like shakes and ice cream and stuff like that, but they got food over there as well. And they have a lot of restaurants now in my hometown that have been up and coming, that are brand new restaurants that I've never even eaten at, that look like they could be really, really good. So if you want to see what all Cumberland, Maryland has to offer for restaurants, go on the internet and go see for yourself. And then the last one I mentioned was like Jean's Family Restaurant, and that was like up in Bel Air area, because I had some friends that lived up in Bel Air, and sometimes when we were hungry, we might have picked up a fast bite up there. But that's just some of them. I'm sure there's a lot of other places I've probably eaten at that I don't even remember. I think I'm gonna end this video here, and like I said, if you want to comment, put it down in the comment section. If not, everyone, I'll see you the next time I make a video. Have a great night.